Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make Tasha's fresh cream cake. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to grab yourself a large mixing bowl and place in your butter and your sugar and beat the two together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. For me this usually takes around 5 to 7 minutes, but it may take more or less time depending on the climate that you're in. Once you've achieved the consistency of light and fluffy, you can then go ahead and add in your eggs one at a time, beating well in between each addition, being careful not to curdle or split the mixture, and repeat the process until you have no eggs left. Then you can go ahead and add in your flavouring, so I'm using just some vanilla and then some almond as well. This is just to get that flavour perfect. Mix those in until it's fully incorporated, then give the bowl a good scraping down. This is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. Now you can go ahead and add in your dry ingredients and then mix on a low speed to start with, working you up to a medium high speed just until you achieve the perfect consistency. And if you don't think it's right, you can feel free to add a little bit of milk just to help achieve the perfect consistency. Then give the bowl another good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. Then you can go ahead and divide the cake batter by splitting it in between the two cake tins and get this as level as possible or as equal as possible, then spread and level it out as best as you possibly can. Using scales to get the right weight will help. Then you can go ahead and bake these off in the oven. All that information will be in the blog post, which will be linked down below. So once your cakes are baked and cooled, you can go ahead and make the cream. If you're making this cake on the day, don't worry, it's fine. I like to make my cakes the day before, then decorate the day after. Into a bowl, add your double cream, vanilla and icing sugar, and whisk on a medium-high speed just until the mixture starts to hold its shape. Being careful not to over whisk, as you'll have a horrible consistency and it will have that over-beaten texture and flavour, which will be very buttery, so be careful. Then go ahead and take a cake board and place a small amount of the cream in the centre, pressing your first layer of cake on. Then pipe a generous amount of cream or dollop into the centre, levelling it out as best as you possibly can. And I filled that with some cherry jam, as that's what Tasha wanted, so that's what she got. Then sandwich that together with your second layer of cake, pressing down just to secure it in place. Then go ahead and do the final coat of cream, which is the only coat that you'll need for this cake. So that's just a good generous amount around the outer edge of the cake and on top. And repeat that until you've got enough around, being sure that you won't be able to get every gap or crevice. You will need to add and take away a little bit here and there, don't worry, but just try not to work with the cream too much, as otherwise you can overwork it. Then you can go ahead and start to smooth out the sides and the top, and this is just to help when we coat the cake with some almonds later on, to make it a bit easier, as if it's not perfect, it doesn't need to be perfectly smooth like 100%, but it does need to be at a general kind of like clean kind of look. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and coat the sides with some lightly toasted almonds, as this will add some flavour and texture and a little bit of colour too. Then repeat the process until you're happy with the coating around the sides and the top of your cake. You can then go ahead and pipe rosettes on top of the cake. Feel free to pipe more or less than I have. I went with 8 on this cake, but feel free to go with as many as you need. And top each of them with a cherry. I'm using this maraschino style cherry, but feel free to use whatever you can get. So thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again very soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all my social medias. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.